Hello again, everyone. Joshua Gillespie here, and it's time to talk about the second episode of the Jim Henson Hour. This time, we're going deep under the sea. This episode is about water. The guest star on this episode is Ted Danson, and he does have a significant part in this episode. So, let's take a look at the story. Everything in Muppet Central is falling apart. The roof, the floor, the pipes, even the sketches.
Oh, Kermit, the underwater set has sprung a leak.
Quick, find something to plug it up with.
Oh.
After that, pirates take over and cut the power. Basically, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Thankfully, though, everything is resolved by the end of the episode. Now, I'm going to change it up a little bit and first talk about the things that I don't like. I was not a big fan of Karate Squid. It's just a very basic parody, and it feels more like something you would see in a Wacky Packages, not a Muppet sketch. But those are the only issues I have with this episode, and there is quite a lot that I liked. I'm a huge fan of the song Splish Splash, sung by this fish with his friends underwater. In fact, the first place I ever saw it was the Muppets It's Not Easy Being Green sing-along tape, which I plan to talk about more in the future, but yeah, I saw this as a kid, and it's cool to finally see where it comes from. A new recurring sketch that starts with this episode is Rolf the dog as Merlin. It has this vet's hospital at the dance sort of vibe where it's just a place where they can tell all these silly jokes. And in this instance, it's all fish and water related ones.
You'll have to speak up. I've got a herring in my ear.
Then what you need is a hearing aid.
Why?
Oh, just for the halibut. Thank you.
Another sketch that I liked that honestly I didn't think I would was the Jacques Roach. It's a roach who's the captain of a boat, and there's all these issues going on because they can't understand his accent. Like this.
When are we gonna surface?
Yeah, we've been down here for months.
Are you saying that your soul has not been stirred by the silent mystery of the dip?
The dip? What mystery the dip?
Now, usually I don't like this kind of humor where it's, oh, they have an accent and I can't understand what they're saying, so it sounds like it's something else. But here, it's just done very well. And I think a lot of it has to do with Jerry Nelson as the sheep.
The theme song of our sheep?
The sheep have a theme song? I didn't even know we were in this sketch.
And lastly, I like Ted Danson throughout this episode. He adds that Muppet Show sort of ness to it, where he's in the sketches and he's involved with the story. He's just great. He really fits in perfectly to the Muppet scene. Speaking of which, the last sketch they do, which is a environmental story, is extremely well done. Now, similar to something like Song of the Cloud Forest, it doesn't just hit you over the head like, this is all your fault, this is da-da-da. It's instead saying, we can change this, we can improve things, you just have to be willing to do it. And the episode ends not crazy, outrageous musical number, but on a very quiet note. And I really like that. It's a very touching way to end it, and as good as the first episode was, this is a huge improvement. This is amazing. This is a fantastic episode. There's only a couple things I had wrong with it, and that can be said about any episode of The Muppet Show. There's always a sketch or something you didn't particularly like, and that's what it is here, A majority of it is good. It all sticks to this one central idea of water, and it's just a lot of fun to watch. So, I recommend that you take a look at the Jim Henson Hour, Episode 2, Water.
Splish splash, I was